this is trig, and we gotta find the exact values. So for part A, we are given sine of 2 theta if theta equals pi 4, so we've got to find the exact value. So this one's not too hard, so all you gotta do is plug in theta. So it's sine of 2 times pi over 4, which is sine of pi half, equals 1. So that one was easy. You just have to plug in theta. So part B, cosine of theta over 2 if theta equals pi over 3. So it's like saying cosine of pi over 3 over 2. And then I'll put a 1 here. And then I can do my brackets. So we have a 3 and a 1, so we're going to multiply by everything by 3. So you have cosine of pi, right, because the 3 cancels, pi, and then 2 times 3 is 6. So the cosine of pi over 6 is just root 3 over 2. Okay, now part C, it says find sine alpha given that cosine alpha equals 3/5 and is in quadrant 4. So we got to actually draw this. Let me draw it. So we're in quadrant 4, so this is 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. So they said that, right over here, let me put some stuff on the left side. So we are given that cosine alpha is 3/5, and then we know that cosine of alpha, so cosine of alpha is x over radius, and then sine of alpha is y over radius. So cosine, so quadrant 4, so cosine is 3/5, so you gotta draw the triangle, right? So cosine is x over radius, so 3 is our x and 5 is our radius. So cosine is 3 and it's positive because it's in quadrant 4, and then the radius is 5. Now we gotta find this line segment. So I know this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, but if you don't believe me, you could do the Pythagorean theorem, right? So you could just do 3 squared plus b squared equals 5 squared, and then b should equal 4. So, but I know it's a 3, 4, 5 triangle, so we want to know find sine theta. So sine of alpha, sorry, not theta. Sine of alpha is y over radius. So we know this is the x value and this is the y value. So the y value is it's not going to be positive 4, right? It's going to be negative 4, right? Because it's in quadrant 4, and then the sine is always, the y value is always negative in quadrant 4, and then our radius is still 5. So that is our answer. Sine of alpha is negative 4/5. Now let's do D. So we are given cosine x equals given cosine alpha, given that sine alpha equals 1/3, and cosine is alpha is greater than 0. So what I could do is I will draw my triangle. It's in quadrant 1, so our sine alpha is 1 over 3, so here's our x value and here's our y value. So sine is 1, and then our radius is 3, right? Because sine alpha is y over radius. Now we got to find the x value. So I don't know what x value is, so I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So it's 1 squared plus x squared equals 3 squared, right? So 1 plus x squared equals 9. Subtract 1, subtract 1. So x squared equals 8. And then you take the square root of that, right? So x equals, the square root of 8 is 2 root 2, right? Yeah, 2 root 2. So we want to know, so what is cosine of alpha? Cosine of alpha is x over radius. So we know that our x value is 2 root 2, right? And then we know our radius is 3. So this is our final answer. Cosine of alpha is 2 root 2 over 3.